Sienna glanced at the wall clock and froze. 6:15 p.m. Her phone rang. "Sienna, look at the time."
"Auntie, good evening. I'm so sorry," Sienna rushed. "There was a massive emergency with a client's gown. I'm just finishing the last seam. I'll jump on a bus the second I'm done."
"I didn't ask for a sewing report from that shop," Aunt Victoria snapped. "The chef is waiting for you to verify tomorrow's kitchen supplies, and you're out there playing tailor? Auntie, please, I'm begging you." "Listen to me carefully," Victoria cut in. "You have until exactly 7 p.m. If you are not through my front gate by 7 p.m., the doors are locked. I will personally tell the security guards to put your bags on the street."
"Auntie, please. 7 is impossible from here. The bus is—"
"Look at the clock, Sienna. Figure it out."
"Auntie, I can't make it."
"You will. I expect it done." The line went dead. Sienna stitched faster, hands trembling. By the time the gown was finished, it was already past 7. Traffic was brutal. When she finally got to the estate, the sky was black and the moon hung over the quiet street. She ran to the gate and banged on it.
"Bala! Ezekiel! Please, it's me! Open the gate!"
One of the guards appeared, eyes full of pity. "Ma, I am sorry. Madam gave strict instructions. She said if we open this gate, we are fired on the spot. She took the keys up to her room." "Bala, please," Sienna whispered, tears forming. "Just let me sleep in the boys' quarters. It's 10 p.m. I have nowhere else to go." He looked away. "I'm sorry, Ma. I can't." Sienna slid down onto the concrete beside the gate, hugging her bags. Cars passed occasionally, their headlights washing over her like waves, but no one stopped. Until one did. A sleek black car slowed and parked. A man stepped out, well-dressed, mid-30s, someone Sienna recognized from the boutique. "Sienna, right? From Mrs. Teju's shop." "Yes. Good evening, sir," she said quickly, trying to stand, brushing dust off her skirt. "What are you doing out here? It's almost midnight. And what's with all the bags?" he asked, frowning. "It's nothing, sir. I'm just waiting for a ride." He looked at the locked gate, then back at her bags. "Nobody is picking you up at midnight in this neighborhood, with your whole life packed in bags. Did someone lock you out?" She couldn't answer. She just stared at the ground. He sighed. "Get inside the car." "No, sir. Thank you. I really can't. I'll just stay here until morning." "Sienna, you cannot sit on a concrete slab in the dark until tomorrow. It's not safe. Get in the car. I'll put the bags in the trunk and drop you wherever you need to go. A hotel, a friend's place. Just get off the street." She hesitated, then quietly said, "I don't have anywhere to go, sir. My parents are dead. I don't have anyone else. Aunt Victoria was my only relative left." "What about a hotel? Let me pay for a room for the weekend, just until you figure things out." "No, sir, please. I can't accept that. My salary is 35,000 naira. I can't maintain any hotel bill. If you can just drop me at a 24-hour eatery or a petrol station, I'll manage until the shop opens on Monday." "You want me to leave you at a filling station at midnight with all those bags?" He stepped closer, his tone firm. Sienna, look at me. I'm not doing that. My house is a few minutes away. It's big. There are guest rooms nobody uses. You'll have your own space and privacy. Oh, sir, I really appreciate it, but I can't just go to a stranger's house. I'm not a stranger, he said gently. I'm Alex. I'm a loyal customer at Mrs. Teju's. Honestly, I'm barely ever home because of work. You'll have your own key. You are safer there than on a roadside at midnight. She swallowed hard. Are you sure it's not an inconvenience, Alex? Not at all. The house is too quiet anyway.
After a long pause, Sienna nodded. He picked up her bags. A new chapter began the moment she climbed into his car. Alex's house looked like something out of a magazine. Marble floors, wide staircases, soft lights. Wow, Sienna whispered. Your house is beautiful, sir. Alex. Thanks. And please, don't call me sir. Alex is fine. Sir makes me feel like I'm still trapped in a board meeting. He smiled. Come on, let me show you your room. He led her to a guest room with crisp white sheets and a spotless bathroom. This is it. The sheets are clean. There are extra towels in the bathroom cabinet. If you need water, extra pillows, anything, just knock. You're safe here. Thank you, Alex, she said, voice shaking with tired relief. Nobody deserves to be treated like that, especially by family. Get some rest. We'll talk tomorrow. For the first time in a long time, Sienna slept without fear. Early the next morning, the kitchen filled with the smell of frying peppers, fresh bread, and brewed coffee. Alex, dragging himself out of his room, followed the scent. Wow, he said, stopping in the doorway. I thought I was dreaming, but that smells incredible. What's going on in here? Good morning, Sienna smiled, still in last night's borrowed t-shirt. I hope you don't mind. I woke up early and noticed your fridge was fully stocked, but it looked like nobody had touched the ingredients in weeks. I wanted to do something to say thank you for last night. Alex inhaled deeply. Are you kidding? This smells exactly like the breakfast my grandmother used to make on Saturdays. It's all fresh. I made everything this morning, she said modestly. You made all of this from scratch? Sienna, you're a lifesaver. I was dreading going to the office today, but this just changed my whole mood. Please, eat as much as you want. It's the least I can do. Somewhere across town, Aunt Victoria's voice pierced her mansion. Victoria, where is Sienna? A man demanded. Raymond, a family friend. Raymond, please stop shouting in my ears, she hissed. The girl has left. She packed and decided she was too big for this house. Don't lie to me, he shot back. Ezekiel told me everything. You chained the gates and left her outside. A young girl, alone in Lagos, with nowhere to go. What did you do to her? I protected the discipline of this home, Victoria snapped. She was becoming completely rebellious, running off to that useless boutique, neglecting her duties, talking back to me. Am I supposed to fold my hands? I'm going to find her, Raymond said, voice cold. And when I do, pray she forgives you, because I won't. Back in Alex's kitchen, something new was quietly forming.
with every bite of breakfast. Over plates of food, Alex studied Sienna more closely. "You know, this is the best meal I've had in this house since I bought it," he said. "You have a real gift." "Thank you," she replied. "Cooking is just about chemistry, really." "Chemistry?" he laughed. "That's not how my grandmother described it." "Force of habit," Sienna shrugged. "When you spend 4 years analysing structural frameworks and organic patterns, you start seeing it everywhere." Alex blinked. "Wait, what did you study in school? Mrs. Teju told me you were talented, but she didn't tell me your backstory." "I did my degree in systems engineering." "Systems engineering?" His eyebrows shot up. "I graduated last year. First-class honours." Alex almost dropped his fork. "First class in systems engineering? Do you know how difficult that program is?" "I do," she said quietly. "I worked very hard for it." "My firm recruits tech talent across West Africa," Alex said slowly, "and we struggle to find profiles like yours. What are you doing cutting lace and running errands at a fashion shop?" Sienna sighed. "Life happened. My parents passed during my final year. Aunt Victoria said I could move in while I finished my thesis, but her condition was that I forget about a corporate career and manage her household instead. The fashion house is my escape. I take care of Mrs. Teju's inventory tracking system, and in return she trains me in garment construction. It keeps my mind sharp." Alex leaned forward. "So you designed an inventory system for a fashion boutique just to keep your mind sharp?" "Yes, their existing software was terrible for tracking fabric yardage and custom measurements. I built a lightweight relational database that automates restock alerts. It cut their fabric waste by about 30%. He stared at her, impressed. "You're a data analyst, sitting behind a sewing machine." "It's just problem-solving," she said. "Whether it's a tech firm or a tailor shop, the logic is the same." That night, Alex sat at his laptop, frustrated. Figures on his screen refused to line up. A tracking framework for his logistics business was glitching. "This makes no sense," he muttered. "Where is this leak coming from?" Sienna walked in with a glass of water. "Alex, it's past midnight. You're still up?" "Oh, hey," he sighed. "I'm trying to fix this tracking framework before the markets open tomorrow. Every time I run the algorithm, the numbers scramble." "Drink some water first," she said. "You look like you've been staring at that screen for 10 hours. "Try 12, he said weakly. "My brain is fried. I've checked the formulas 4 times. Everything looks right, but the output is garbage." "Can I look?" she asked. "Please," he said, sliding his chair aside. "But be careful. It might give you a headache." Sienna scanned the sheet, fingers flying over the keys. "Alex, your formulas are fine. The problem is your data source," she said. "What?" "You're pulling live updates into a static sheet without clearing the old inputs. The system is trying to read 2 different time zones at once. Your data sources are overlapping. It's fighting itself." He stared. "So, the system is breaking itself?" "Exactly. Give me 2 minutes. I'll write a quick script to separate them. You'll be done before your water gets..." Within minutes, the numbers snapped into order. For Alex, it wasn't just the sheet that made sense now. Sienna did. She was more than a guest. She was a force.
A few days later, Alex sat in a fancy restaurant opposite Chloe, the glamorous woman he'd been dating. "Look at this venue," Chloe cooed, scrolling through her iPad. "It's perfect for my birthday, but the flowers alone will cost an extra 3 million naira. That doesn't include drinks." "Chloe, we already discussed your birthday budget," Alex said. "The money I gave you is more than enough for a huge party." "Enough for a basic party," she scoffed. "Important people are coming, Alex. I can't look cheap. I need you to double the budget. Just approve it. It's pocket change to you anyway." He hesitated, then exhaled. "Fine. I'll tell my accountant to send the money to your planner today." "Oh my God, thank you, babe. You're the best. Now I can book the international DJ." She never once asked how he was. Later that night, Alex sat with Sienna back at the house, both of them quiet in the huge living room. "You look like you're a million miles away," she said softly. "What are you thinking about?" "Honestly," he replied, "how big this house is. It's beautiful, but it feels like nobody actually lives here." "You're right," she said. "Big houses are easy to buy. They don't come with a soul. I spent years living with people who made me feel completely alone. I thought I wanted quiet, but sitting here with you, I realize quiet is only nice when you have the right person to share it with." Alex stared at her. "I went out today with the girl I've been seeing," he admitted. "For 2 hours, she didn't ask one question about me. Just money, clothes, her friends. I sat there and felt completely invisible." The next evening, Alex came home carrying several shopping bags and placed them on Sienna's bed. "Alex, what is all this?" she asked. "Your new wardrobe," he replied. "I went to your aunt's house this morning to request your things. The guard told me she'd already packed everything into trash bags and sent them to a charity home. So we start again. Pick something nice. We're having dinner in 30 minutes, and I promise I don't bite, unless you mess up my logistics code." She laughed. "The code is flawless, Alex. Now go away." Later, dressed simply but elegantly, Sienna stepped into the living room, just as Chloe walked in unannounced. "Wow," Chloe sneered, eyes raking over Sienna. "Alex hired a new maid. Standards must be dropping." "Chloe," Alex said, tense. "What are you doing here? You were supposed to be with your event planner. This is Sienna. She's a guest staying here." "A guest? In this house?" Chloe scoffed loudly. "Alex, look at her. She looks like she just stepped out of a local market. Is this a joke?" "Excuse me," Sienna said quietly. "Let me go upstairs so you can have privacy." "Yes, thank you," Chloe smirked. "Pack up your little papers and go wherever you belong. The adults are talking." "Chloe, stop." Alex's voice went sharp. "You do not speak to anyone in my house like that. Sienna is a first-class systems engineering graduate, and the only reason my company's launch is still on track. She has more right to be in this room than you do." Chloe's face twisted. "I am not going to pretend this is normal," she snapped. You have a random, basic girl living under your roof, and you're defending her to my face. It's humiliating. I told you, she's not random, Alex said. She was locked out of her home in the middle of the night with nowhere to go. People like us don't pick up strays from the roadside, Alex. It looks terrible, Chloe hissed. I'm your girlfriend. I will not be secondary to a nobody. So, here's the ultimatum. Either this village girl leaves your house tonight, or we are completely done. Alex looked at her for a long, tired moment. You want boundaries that much, he said slowly. Fine, I'll give you boundaries. The next day, Chloe sat with her event planner, gleefully approving a party budget big enough to fund a small company. Since Alex approved the budget increase, should we go ahead with the imported white orchids? The planner asked. Imported, of course. Double the order, Chloe said. Put everything on Alex's tab. Send the bill to his company. He'll clear it. At that exact time, at a high-rise office on Victoria Island, Alex slid an envelope across a polished table. Process the deed and the keys immediately, he told the realtor. 2-bedroom, maximum security, fully serviced. I want the paperwork finished today. Yes, Mr. Alex, we'll expedite it. He wasn't buying something for Chloe. He was buying freedom for Sienna. A few days later, Alex drove Sienna to a brand-new apartment complex in Oniru. High security, clean streets, a quiet lobby. Alex, this place is beautiful, Sienna breathed. But I can't take this from you. Nobody can lock you out of here, he said firmly. Nobody can treat you like a charity case again. This is yours. He placed a set of keys in her palm. Is this rent? She asked, stunned. It's ownership, he replied simply. Inside, on the marble countertop, he dropped another envelope. Open it, he said. Sienna peeled it open and froze. Are you insane? 20 million naira? For what? For your business, Alex said. You're a first-class engineer who understands supply chains and fashion. Stop running errands for people who don't value your mind. Build your own tech-driven fashion house. Why are you doing this? She whispered, eyes wet. This is too much. It's not a favour, he said. It's an investment in you. Because you're brilliant. Now, go build your empire. She could only manage 2 words. Thank you. Weeks later, gossip flew across Lagos. You will not believe the drama on the island, a socialite told Victoria. That new commercial complex in Lekki Phase 1, someone paid for the entire ground floor. Cash. We thought it was an old politician. Who is it? Victoria asked. A young girl, completely on her own, the woman replied. She's building some high-tech luxury fashion house. A young girl? In this Lagos? Victoria snorted. She must have a very powerful boyfriend. That's what we all said, her friend laughed. It's the only way. Meanwhile, Sienna stood inside her new space in Lekki. Bare walls, crates of hardware, machines being installed. Thank you, she whispered, to no one and everyone. Thank you, Lord. Alex showed up later with coffee. To the official launch, he smiled. Hardware arrived today.
How does it feel? Surreal, she admitted. The moment the delivery team left and locked the doors, I fell to my knees and cried. You earned this space, Sienna, he said. The money was just a tool. Your mind did the rest. She shook her head. People don't just hand over 20 million and a Lekki apartment. You protected my dignity when everyone else treated me like a shadow. That's what I'm grateful for. If I'm honest, he replied quietly, helping you was the most selfish thing I did all year. You gave my life meaning again. On the other side of the city, Chloe bragged to her friends on a rooftop. I told you girls, you just have to know how to handle men, she said. I gave him the ultimatum, and he knew he messed up. He kicked that girl out the very next day, packed her things so fast. He knows his status depends on the woman on his arm. He couldn't risk losing me over some basic village maid. Her friends squealed and clinked glasses, planning the most expensive birthday Lagos had ever seen. Back in Lekki, Alex introduced Sienna to his mother. Mum, this is Sienna, the one I told you about. Ah, yes, Chief Mrs. King smiled warmly. The girl who saved my son's sanity. He hasn't stopped talking about you, Sienna. It's wonderful to meet you, Ma, Sienna said, bowing her head slightly. Alex told me so much about your warmth. Did he also tell you I'm tough? His mother laughed. But I know a good person when I see one. By the way, Alex added proudly, she's launching her own fashion house in Lekki, designed from scratch. Wonderful, his mother said. A beautiful woman with her own vision. This city is full of people who only want to show off. It's rare to find someone building real value. Soon, Sienna's fashion tech studio was humming. Seamstresses, tablets, scanners, data screens. Keep the tension steady, she instructed one tailor. I'm checking the drape now. Perfect. Let's finish these seams. Alex's mother walked in with her friends. Ladies, this is the brilliant girl I told you about, she announced. Sienna, these are my friends. Don't spare their wallets. Welcome, ma'am, Sienna smiled. We use technology to make sure your clothes fit perfectly. Every single time. Just one fitting, no endless corrections. The women's eyes lit up. Orders began to pile in. Alex's birthday came quietly. Chloe was in Dubai, shopping for her own party, too busy to remember him. That night, Alex sat with his friend Marcus, holding a small brown package. What's that? Marcus asked. A gift from Sienna, Alex said. Inside was a leather journal and a vintage fountain pen, chosen with care, not money. She bought it with her own savings, Alex said softly. She was still struggling then, but she spent what little she had on something I'd actually use. That kind of thoughtfulness is rare. What did Chloe get you? Marcus asked. Nothing, Alex replied. She forgot my birthday completely. Not even a text. Marcus shook his head. One woman has everything and gives you nothing. The other has almost nothing, but gives you her best. It woke me up, Alex said. I finally see who's here for my wallet and who sees me. I'm done. One evening, after dinner, Alex drove Sienna home to her new apartment. The city lights glittered across the lagoon. Thank you for tonight, she said. The food was great. Talking was better. He didn't answer at first. His hands tightened on the steering wheel. Sienna, I can't keep doing this, he blurted. Doing what? She asked softly. Driving you home, pretending this is just business, acting like I'm just being nice. He exhaled. I'm falling for you. Hard. For years, I've been with people who only see what I can do for them. But you see me. When I'm away from you, I'm just counting hours until I can see you again.
Alex, please don't, Sienna whispered, her heart racing.
Look at me, he said. You feel it too. I know you do.
It doesn't matter what I feel, she replied, fighting tears. You have a girlfriend. Chloe is still there.
Sienna, wait.
Whatever is wrong between you two, I will never be the girl who sneaks around in the dark, she said, voice firm. I respect myself too much. If this is real, then end it cleanly first. Please, let me go inside. It's too much right now.
Days later, Alex appeared at her door, determination in his eyes. What are you doing here? She asked, startled. You're shaking, he said gently, stepping closer. We can't keep pretending. This is wrong, she whispered. We're crossing lines. Look at me, he said. Just look at me and tell me you don't feel anything. Tell me this is nothing, and I'll walk away. She opened her mouth, but no sound came.
I can't say that, she finally breathed. It would be a lie.
Silence settled between them, heavy and certain. The party planner sat across from Chloe, final invoice in hand. With the mirrored runway, engraved crystal and extra orchids, here's the updated total, the planner said. Perfect, Chloe grinned. I want people talking about this party all year. For the 50% deposit, how are we paying? Don't worry about a deposit. Send the entire bill straight to Alex's corporate office. Tell finance it's from his personal account, she said confidently. Has his team approved this new budget? The planner asked carefully. Look, I'm his woman, Chloe scoffed. He told me to plan the party of the century. Just send the invoice. He'll clear it in one transfer. Hours later, back at her flat, Chloe opened an envelope delivered by courier. It was the same invoice, stamped and signed. Not by Alex, but with a handwritten note. Please redirect this invoice to the client who ordered the event. Alex. Her face went pale. On the other side of the world, Alex and Sienna boarded a plane. Grease glowed on the brochure in Sienna's hand, but her brow was furrowed. Alex, we're flying away from everything, she said quietly. But reality is still in Lagos. What happens when we land? What about Chloe? What about all of this? That chapter ended the moment I realized what real peace feels like, he said. I spent too much time paying for a life that was draining me. You reminded me what it means to live, Sienna. I'm not going back. She looked at him, searching his face for doubt. There was none. The engines roared. The plane lifted. Below them, Lagos shrank into a web of lights. Ahead, a new story waited, built not on money and status, but on respect, vision, and real love. Fade out.